Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Well, it's White Lotus finale day. I've been saying that. I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys are watching on HBO. A lot of people don't want to pay for the streaming service, and I get that too. But if you are watching or if you have HBO, then definitely pay attention. It is so good. Now, with that, we're back to talk more about Teresa and Louie. I know it just keeps coming out. And there's another expert who's speaking out on this, but also Gia Giudice is opening up about this relationship with her boyfriend. So there's a lot to cover. But before we jump in, if you guys have not already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And let's start right here, shall we? Oy, oy, oy. All right. So we know that the Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice and Luis Ruelas that they're facing significant financial and legal issues. Well, we've talked about this 5 million times, but now there is a different expert who is speaking on this, saying that if in fact things aren't settled, it could be really, really problematic for Teresa. Let's get into it. So let's just start from the beginning. The tax liens. In March 2025, Teresa was hit with a $303,889.20 lien. And Louis faced another lien of $2,569,842.06 lien. And additionally, Teresa has an active lien. So just to add on to this, like it doesn't stop. From her previous marriage, amounting in about $551,563.30. Now, she did say that she paid off Joe Giudice's taxes, and he was like, "Why did you pay it off? I'm not even in, a U.S. citizen. I'm not even in America." And she's like, "Well, because what if you come back to America?" I think that this woman works incredibly hard. I think that she is constantly trying to pay things off, but I do think it's sort of the tale as old as time of kind of like we might sometimes live above our means. I feel like that's probably what's going on. I don't know. I'm not in the Giudice Ruelas household, but it seems like that. Now, the legal implications, that's what I wanted to talk about because attorney Marilyn Chinitz, I believe I'm saying her name right, highlighted the gravity of the situation. And her exact words were, "One would hope that after her 2014 tax liability conviction, that Teresa would have avoided further federal or state tax issues." Now, she warned that repetitive failure to pay taxes, which is an issue, is taken very seriously by the government and could lead to severe consequences. She said, even at this point, prison time. What? I think that that's the worst nightmare for anyone, especially watching the show. We love Teresa Giudice. I know that people go on. I have seen other people who have been on the show before attack me for this. I have seen, I've just seen a lot of negative feedback with me covering it. The purpose of me covering it is not to sort of wage this war against Teresa and Louis. That's not it. I think that so many other media outlets and so many other content creators are covering this anyway. So why wouldn't I cover it? And I kind of explained that to Luis Ruelas as well. I was talking to him in the DMs on TikTok. I'm not going to really go into detail, but we did have this conversation. And I said, that the fans love her and the fans praise her as a mother and the fans want her to win. And I think all of those statements are true. Now, the potential divorce complications that come with this. It was Beverly Hills attorney Adam Michael Sachs, who I saw on Instagram where a lot of people were like, this guy, they questioned his credibility. I don't know. I know that he is being very heavily reported right now. And he noted the absence of a prenuptial agreement within their marriage. And he said that that could lead to a very messy divorce, kind of explaining that husband and wife are 50-50 partners. So if you have a debt, that could be half yours and half his. So she might have the $500,000 debt, the $300,000 debt, that's $800,000. But if she had a prenup, his $2.5+ million tax lien, she wouldn't be responsible for. And that's just the truth. I don't think that we really need to take it beyond that. But with the expert saying that this could be really, really bad, and then also you see, I think what's wild is you see on the other side, Gia Giudice, who is going on her new podcast, Casual Chaos, and she's talking about how, like my parents have it under control. My mom has it under control. And then you see Bethany Frankel come out and she's like, well, they're financially illiterate. What? Okay, that's going all over the place. So which one is it? Do you have it under control? Do you not have it under control? Are you just like putting up a united front where it's like, oh, guys, don't worry, we got it. But really, it's like you're kind of panicking behind the scenes. Or do you actually have it under control? I don't know. We're going to find out. It's not going to take that long to figure it out because with her being a Bravo celebrity, it all comes out in the wash. That's just how this works. The Bravo fans are like little investigators. But now moving on, I did want to talk about this too. Gia and her boyfriend, Christian. She ended up giving us a little bit of her relationship reflections, if you will. She shared insight into her relationship with her boyfriend, Christian Carmichael. And she also shared the initial challenges and, well, some mutual disagreements, but also the fact that they broke up and they reconciled. So Gia ended up giving us some information on this podcast, talking about how she was upset at Christian and that he, at one point when she was getting ready to leave for school, he didn't say bye. I think that he left that relationship for her, sort of like with a level of uncertainty, but based off of what she said, he wanted to go to the movies. Yeah, that's probably not a good thing. But when it comes to the mutual indiscretions, both admitted to seeing other people during this period of time in their relationship where their relationship was not doing very well. She confessed to kissing two other individuals during syllabus week, is what it was called for college, while Christian also acknowledged that he had his own little moments. You know what? The fact that they can both point these out, they'll do good. They'll last. Because if you can own it, you can acknowledge it, you can take responsibility for it. I messed up, you messed up, we messed up. When you're in your 20s, that's kind of what you do. You grow together. You either grow together or you grow apart. They say that you change over 3 times during your 20s. So if they're changing and she's changing and he's changing, as somebody who met my husband at 20 years old and now I'm 31, getting ready to turn 32, I promise you, I'm a totally different person. You grow, and that person either grows with you or you grow without them. That's just how it works. But as for the breakup and the reconciliation, they did go through a breakup due to communication issues and also immaturity. I think that they both acknowledged this on the podcast. It was a great listen if you guys didn't hear it. But during the separation, she ended up confronting one of his acquaintances. Clearly, that didn't go well. You guys can go to her podcast and listen to how that went. There was an exchange, but they eventually reconciled after realizing that they both did have this mutual growth and commitment. And she wanted him to know where he was going in life, to work. What are you doing? And the minute that she ended up getting rid of his ass, he started doing just that. And she was like, really? Now you're going to start showing me that you're doing amazing after I got rid of, like, that's annoying. And I agree with her, but they came back together. They're doing great. Stunning couple. I'm not really worried about them, but for Teresa, I am worried about. I'm not trying to spread hate. I'm not trying to cause speculation. I am just simply telling you what the expert is saying, and it ain't good. So pop off in the comment section, guys. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time.